Alright, so today is Saturday, September 21st of 2019. Gosh, I'm still trying to play with this frame here. Ran string lines last night and leveled. Hang on a second. Okay, ran string lines last night from up underneath the cab here, and I'll show you where I put it. I put it right here, wrapped it around that bolt, pulled a string line all the way down to the end, wrapped it around that bolt that's hanging out here, tied it off here, and started again on this side. String line front to back, each side is 1/8 of an inch off. It has a little bit of a gap out here, so 1/8 of an inch gap on this side, 1/8 of an inch gap on that side. I don't really know why. Everybody I talked to said let it go, you're being too picky with that at 1/8 of an inch. Because these frame rail gaps from frame rail to frame rail is even the whole way down, 27 and 3/16 of an inch, top to bottom. So this is 27 here, that's 27 here, all the way down. We got cross bracings. You have to do it like a Z. If you do just the top and the bottom, it'll just pitch your frame and be a trapezoid. It doesn't do nothing. So made a Z here, made one there, made one at the end. It's all perfect. Now I don't have one from here to here, nothing in the middle besides these guys, which are all loose still, because I'm gonna throw a liner inside this. I know some guys only run like 12 inches past their cut on each side. I am gonna shoot for a 10-foot liner and shoot it all up to the back of the where the cab starts and come back to about here. So I've got to tie these in with the new liner I'm putting inside. I'm going to tie this in, and wherever 10 foot it goes, it goes. So that should answer all questions there if this thing's going to be straight or up to the duty it's going to be. It's just going to be a show truck and an occasional move something around. So hopefully that's that. Finally got this pretty much straight. I've been having a lot of troubles with it. It's very, very, very hard to make everything so perfect. Try and keep the spacing the same from the top to the bottom. Make sure this is parallel with that side. Make sure it's square. Make sure it's straight. Make sure it's not bowed. There's just tons and tons of time involved. I probably have close to, I mean, maybe you guys know shorter ways. I mean, this is new for me, but I got about 24 hours into making this thing perfectly straight, perfectly level. And what I'm doing now is I'm using a 60-10 root rod for the root to go up through here. We're going to V out the sides, run a couple roots up, clean it, run a couple more up. And I'm going to rip this bar off. This is what's holding this straight right now. It's keeping it from flexing or twisting. Because again, I don't have no spacers in here because I got to get a 10-foot liner up inside there. So I can't have these here because you can't get a liner in. So I left that open. So this had to be on the outside. So I'm going to start from down, weld up, clean it, weld up, clean it, weld up. I'm going to rip this off and I'm going to go down to the bottom and start tearing up. I am going to be bouncing back and forth from either side, probably about 3 minutes to 4 minutes of welding, 5 minutes of welding per side. I don't want it to get too hot and sag. You have to keep that in mind. Things like to move when it's hot unless it's clamped all the way down, which this is not. I do have a jack underneath of it. I do got it welded on top, but I'm not chancing it, especially when I have all day. So start the welder up, old Detroit. I'll let it warm up for about 3-4 minutes. I just usually like to let diesel engines warm up before you put them to work, no matter how hot it is. Get the oil moving. So here you go. I'm pretty much gonna let that side cool off and jump to the other side, but I have to V it out. Again, 60-10 rods, they're not the prettiest looking rod. They're your root rod. They're made for filling kind of like a little bit bigger gap. So that's what you use as your root. And then you do a 70-18 cover, which looks a lot nicer. Covers it up, makes it look pretty. And we're gonna grind it all off. Right now I need a grinding wheel, if I have any. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, right there. God. Getting a little low. All those rods. Unfortunately, we don't do that much stick welding. That's what everybody started with back in the day. That's all you did was stick weld. Now we got these pretty blue machines that are all over the place, and we MIG weld. But stick welding's fun. It's times and purposes you need it, and there are times and purposes you want to MIG weld. But it's a dying trade, I can tell you that. A lot of people can pull a trigger and weld, but try and weld like uphill or overhead with a stick rod. It's a different challenge. Alright, that movement, I did not like that. Alright, that was not cool. I gotta cuss for a minute, be mad, and stomp my feet real quick. Alright, so now I gotta figure out what the hell moved. I mean, I know it moved. Just I broke that weld. Truck sagged down some. I'm gonna bring that jack over here. I'm gonna pull a string line from top. Make sure it's not bowed. It shouldn't be bowed because this is flat. It's holding it. I don't know if it just popped out like it looks like it did here. It looks like the side just came out, which I don't know. I gotta recheck the spacing inside here, and it probably just held me up for about another hour to see what the hell just moved exactly and fix it, and then pick up where I left off. Now the other thing is being this is here holding everything, it makes it really pain in the ass to get a grinder in there to V it out to weld it. So, and being this always had a slight gap up here, so the plan was to weld from where it was level down and then pull this side over to make it straight, because this is the one that needs to go in some. But when I started V'ing it out, I guess that was the only weld on there because this wasn't, and it just screwed everything up. So now the old fun starts. We get to fix it, and it is freaking hot. Anything above 80 is hot for me. Crazy. I just do this stuff the whole time. Moved was this is still flat along the top. You can see it's perfect all the way through, no gap. So what moved was this whole truck piece here went in, because this has a little lip now, and this has a little lip now, probably 3/16 of a lip all the way down even, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but either way we have to take this now out 3/16 of an inch. Two ways of doing that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a skid loader, I think, wrap a chain around it, pull it 3/16 of an inch, and it's every bit of 3/16 of an inch. So I think that's what I'm going to do. You could press it out too. There's no problem with pressing it out is you might want to not, you got to worry about that side pushing out. And same with yanking on a skid loader, you got to worry about yanking the whole thing in. So, but this, I think it might move pretty easily. It's 3/16. It looks pretty good. So, I'll try it, see what happens. To keep everything from moving more on me, I think my safest bet is this is all welded here and here. I'm going to leave it welded for strength issues right now. I'm going to go pull that side out. I'm going to at least get it straight again, put a tack on it, a decent weld, and then come back over here, V this out, re-weld this, let it sit for a little bit, take that jack and put it on the other side to help it hold it straight and stuff without no tension being on there. This side will have enough weld on it to at least hold itself and just keep moving it around. That's the biggest thing about this, is thinking 20 steps ahead and letting nothing move. You gotta take your time, and sometimes you can take as much time as you want and it still moves on you. So just how it works, it's how you learn. Okay, so my camera finally re-energized itself. It died last night on me, so I couldn't get the ending there, but Worked on until about 9 o'clock last night, and then I started painting, got powder coating done around 2 in the morning. And I tried to get here early to beat this heat, but slept until about 8:30. So anyhow, here's what's going on. This is the driver's side. It's welded. It's still got all the flux on it. The passenger side, it's done on the outside for the most part. You know, it needs all cleaned and finished. And so I'll show you what you want to see and what you don't want to see. See that little tiny, let me use a welding rod here. Okay, so there's a little imperfection right there. That has to come out. And it has to go all the way out until it looks like this, or it goes away, which it'll probably look like this because there's not much left of it. But everything up here, when you gouge out, that's what you want it to look like. Nice and smooth. That's a good weld. But that imperfection is no good. You don't want that. Now I am going a little critical on this truck. I mean, a lot of guys don't make it this perfect or don't care that much, because I am going to have an inner liner. I mean, technically, you don't even have to weld this thing together. It'll be enough bolts holding it together with that inner liner. But I'm going to be this picky because it's good practice, and it should be done right the best you can do it. So that's going to get gouged out, and we're going to weld from here up, all the way back up into our other weld so it ties them together. Check out that gap I'm filling. Nice big gap. Going pretty good.